Hi, Rich Spezzano here from Digitally Fearless, and this is number 39 in my Powerful Tools of Affinities playlist. And today we're going to create a simple chalkboard. You can write on it, you can use it with photos. I'll be doing this in both desktop and iPad, so let's get started. So I pulled in this photo. All I did in the stock photos was type car, and that photo came up. You can use any photo. Try to have a cleaner background if possible, but even some of them without a clean background work, like right on the bottom here, they're on the cliff, and that'll still work out okay. And I also pulled in this chalkboard. Again, in stock photos, I type chalkboard. You can choose any kind of chalkboard you want. If you want less white in it, there are some that are darker. I just picked this one, so I thought this would work nicely. I'm going to duplicate first the chalkboard as Control or Command J, and I'm going to put one on top of the picture, and I'm going to turn it off for now. And then I'm turning on the Volkswagen bus picture, and what I'll do there, I'm going to take a duplicate in case I make a mistake, so I'm going to do Control or Command J, and I'll just put that on the bottom and hide it. It's always good to have a duplicate there in case. Now I'll select that picture and go up to Filters, Detect Edges. And that's what you'll get right now. You can leave it in color if you want to do color chalk. I'll show you, but I prefer the white chalk. But I'll turn on the image on top, select it, turn it on, and I think I used average. You can use different blend modes depending on the photo, but in this one I used average, and the average you could see that it's kind of outlined. It doesn't look like chalk, and you can make it look like chalk, which I'll show you more when I do the white version of it, the chalk version. So what I'll do now is I'll leave that on average, and I'll go back to this one. And what I'll do is you can turn it to a black and white, or you can do an HSL. So I'll go down here. I did HSL. And then I turn the saturation all the way down. So now, let's get a close-up here. You can see what's going on. So now it looks a little bit more like chalk, and that's pretty good too. Now you can add to that if you want. Select that one again, and you can go to some live filters, and you can add diffuse. And if you add diffuse, the intensity, you just see how bad you can go way up. You don't want to do that, and that's great. Look at how you can use an explosion effect. But I don't want to do that. You probably only want like a 1, maybe even a 0.5 if you can get it. That's 1 right now. I'll leave it at 1, but you can go less if you want to try. I think they allow you to do points, so let's try 0.5. And see, so now if you get a close-up, it looks like chalk lines over here. So I thought that was pretty cool. And look how easy that was. So it has a great chalk look. And what you can even do if you want, you can make sure you're under the chalkboard and you add a new pixel layer. If you want, you can go to the paintbrush and go to the brushes category. And I think there's artistic brushes. And some of them look a little bit like chalk. So I think I tried this one right here. And I don't want it to be that big, obviously, so I'm going to use my left bracket and go really small. And I don't have a pen, so bear with me. So I could just put, I could just type bus. B-U-S here. When I do it on the iPad, I have the pen, so it's easier for me to type. So it's not very pretty. And even that, if you wanted to make that one look better, I would say you turn down some of the opacity on that, just like that. And you could have used a thinner brush. That's how easy it is to do a chalkboard. So if you want to see how to do it with iPad, stick with us. It's coming up right now. Thanks so much. Bye. So here we are in the iPad version right now. And if you didn't watch the first half where I did the desktop version, all I did was look up chalkboard on stock photos, and I chose this one. You can choose any one you want. I looked up car and I found this Volkswagen bus. You can do people, you can do buses, you can do cars, houses. It's much easier if you do it when the background's a little bit of a soft background, but you can try other backgrounds and they will work too, depending on your settings and your blend modes. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to take the first picture right here. I'm going to select that picture, and I'm going to go into my filters, and I'm going to look for detect edges right here. and it just turns it into color edges. If you want to have colored chalk, you can have colored chalk. I don't really like it that way, but all you have to do now is turn that one off. We'll select the chalkboard, press down, click duplicate, bring that to the top, and we can bring that back. And now on the image, right here is the menu. Switch that. You could try other things, and I have tried others. Again, it depends on the photo, but on this one I think I chose average, and it worked out nice. Now, even when you do average, it doesn't really look a lot like chalk. You can make it look more like chalk. I'll show you that when I do the white chalk part of this tutorial. So I'm just going to resize it so you can see what's going on here a little bit more. I'll bring it bigger maybe. And then next thing I'm going to do is go back to the layer with the photo of the Volkswagen bus on it. Now I'm going to go to adjustments, which is right here, and I will go to HSL, and on the bottom where it says color ranges, I'm just going to bring down the saturation. Now you can also, instead of that, you can just convert it to a black and white, but I just did it that way. And so now we're on that one, and that is now, saturation. I really prefer that it goes down and over, so it's part of that. So I just moved it down and across it and then to the right, so it's only affecting that Volkswagen bus. Now still, it doesn't really look that much like chalk. Okay, now go back and touch the pixel layer with the Volkswagen bus and go to filters and go to, here's live filters. If you push this button up here, it's live filters, and go to diffuse. And I'm trying to find it. There we go. There's diffuse. And then you can raise this up. And you don't want, you can make a nice explosion, but our thing is we really want it small. Even a 1 looks a little bit too much to me. So if you tap on it, it opens up. I think I'll try 0.5 and see how that works. And I think that works pretty good. That kind of does look like chalk. And then if you want to even get fancier, make sure you're underneath the image, the top image of the chalkboard. Underneath, you can add right here a pixel layer and go to your paintbrush. And if you go to your brushes, they have artistic brushes right here, and slide down to find something that might look like chalk. And we'll make it small. So, I'll try this one right here. And it's in white, and make it very small because you want to keep your small things like that. And let's say VW bus. And if that doesn't work and you think it's too strong, again, you can hit here and lower the opacity a little bit to make it fade in. And that's it. That's how easy it is. I hope you liked this tutorial, and if you did, please click like and subscribe, and have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye.